Hi, this is Ashley Mott from beautyisfluid.com, and today I'm actually going to do a bit of a public service announcement. I'm sitting here in my kitchen slash office, and I'm currently recuperating from oral surgery, actually almost a solid week ago now, 12 hours shy of a solid week ago. And I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago that I was going to have my wisdom teeth out, that they were bothering me. What had happened is one over here on this side that had actually pushed through and was actually in my mouth. Had developed a cavity, and I didn't know that. I mean, obviously these are supposed to be third molars, but they don't really come in properly for most people. So it either developed a cavity because it wasn't a good tooth to start with, or because it was just too much pressure from everything else in my mouth. As you can see here, I have an open bite. I've always had an open bite with these front few teeth, but otherwise my side teeth were usually pretty much okay. What I didn't know is because this wisdom tooth had come up through the gum, I thought that was it. You know, I just had one. But I actually had all four. Lucky me. I'm 26. You know, I kind of figured, you know, since that one was the only one that came out, the other ones weren't there, or they would have, you know, decided to come up too. But I actually had one over here, and I still have a little bit of tenderness and swelling on this side. Otherwise, I feel pretty good. I didn't have dry socket, at least not yet, and since it's been a week, I probably won't, or anything like that. So basically, I'm recuperating from the surgery good. However, because I waited, and this is really bad for anybody who's interested in beauty, if you're going to go to the expense and trouble of maintaining your exterior, or at least trying to make the most of what you've got, which is basically what I try to do, because, you know, I'm not, you know, extraordinarily good looking or anything, all on my own. I just try to work with what I've got, you know, and enhance that as best as I can. And then when this wisdom tooth started coming in, I didn't really pay much attention to it. It's not that I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for wisdom tooth surgery, blah, blah, blah. It was more like, I can't see that it's doing anything wrong. It doesn't seem to really be bothering me or anything. So I basically just ignored it. It was a little uncomfortable when it came in, but I wasn't rolling on the floor crying, so I just let it be until it really started talking to me a couple weeks ago. I didn't know about these other three. And the problem that ended up happening here, and that I'm probably going to have another extraction, because the pressure that I was feeling that actually probably caused this tooth to finally break loose with a cavity was this one over here impacting, I think, further into my jaw. I can't swear to that because I'm not a dentist, and I hadn't been to the dentist consistently enough to have a real blow by blow of what happened there. But anyway, blah blah blah. I believe that the pressure that this was putting on my jaw kind of made my bite slide a little bit differently than what it was. And I have a tooth back here that is further down now than it ever has been before, and it's keeping me from letting these teeth over here in the back connect. Like I said, the front ones never did, but the back ones did because they're bigger. So I'm probably going to have a back tooth over here extracted on the top. Why? Because I didn't go get my wisdom tooth taken out when I first knew they were there, or when I was younger. I'll blame the when I was younger on the dentist that I went to when I was a kid, because, I mean, obviously, they take x-rays, they can see that those buds are in there, ready to erupt as you get older. Nobody ever advised my mom to have them taken out, which is kind of their fail, but it was my bad when I knew they were there and not to get something done. And I wanted to caution you against that, and now I'm going to caution you again and say that if you have a queasy stomach, to turn away now, because I'm actually going to show you the wisdom teeth that I had extracted, because I want you to see what is lurking in there, pushing up against your other teeth, which, whether they're in good shape, bad shape, any kind of shape, straight, crooked, this is not going to be beneficial no matter what you have going on. And I just want you to see what's in there, you know, under the surface when you first start feeling these things. And this one right here is actually the one that was on the left that was impacted and had the cavity in it. You can actually kind of see the hole there. So, I mean, that's quite large, and, you know, to have in there as a super bonus tooth that I didn't need. And then this one was the other bottom one, and it was actually, it's not as bloody because it wasn't as much. Actually, this is the one that had the cavity right here. You can see the hole better. So that one was the one that was over here that I could feel and see. This one was the one that was hiding completely underneath my gums next to the molar that I use. So if you don't think that that's not in there pushing up against everything, you're wrong. And you might not even know it's affecting you until wham, one day everything's a little bit different. And then you either have to go through orthodontia again or other types of corrective measures after you've possibly already done that once in your life. These two were the top two that were coming in. One of them is actually quite small and one of them is a little bit bigger. I could have passed on having these out right now and just did the bottom two because these weren't impacted yet, but I figured I may as well let them knock me out and get them all, and I'll be done with it. Because I didn't want those coming in and causing any kind of problems either. So basically, if you're a person who really cares about your personal appearance and, you know, investing time in the outside and the outer things, you really need to take your wisdom teeth seriously when you know that they're there and have them extracted and not be a baby about it, kind of like I was. It'll pay off for you in the long run because, like I said, I'm probably going to end up having to have something else done back here to get my bite straight again, because when I can actually get back to the hard food, that's going to be a real problem because I won't be able to chew properly. And let's see here, was there anything else I wanted to point out? Oh yes, as far as the actual surgery, I went to a good dentist. It's actually an oral surgeon, and they did a wonderful job. I actually went for the IV sedation because I was having all 4 of them done. And I'd already been kind of uncomfortable for nearly an entire week before I went, so I didn't want to be all stressed out and everything because I was already pretty obsessively worrying about it by the time Monday rolled around. So I was just like, knock me out and take them out, and when I wake up, it'll be over. And it was worth the extra money that it cost too, for all 4 of them. And basically, I followed the instructions my dentist gave me to the letter. It's 6.5 days in, and I haven't had a dry socket, and I haven't really seen where anybody ever got one after 5 days. So I feel like I'm probably home free in terms of that. So basically, recuperation has been good to me. So any of the worries that I would have had, you know, that may make you think about not doing it, as long as you take good care of yourself and follow the instructions after you're done, you probably won't have any problems. And even if you do, there are things that your dentist can do and homeopathic things that you can do that will alleviate any of your problems. So when you see those bad boys coming in, it's worth it to get something done about it. I wish I would have a couple of years ago, and then I wouldn't be looking at being a little lopsided all over again. So that's my advice for today. That's my public service announcement. Next time we'll talk about something else, maybe drunk driving or something else really, really serious. But those are the wisdom teeth, and this has been Ashley Mott from BeauteousFluid.com giving you a lecture for 8 minutes about something you probably didn't care about to start with, but you got to see extracted wisdom teeth, so that was pretty cool, right? Until next time, bye.